Hi, wonderful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Beauty and the Bible. So, this is like my third time filming this video, and you can see there's a change in background, but also there's going to be a change in how I'll be doing the makeup because I realize most of the stories I'm telling you they're a bit short, and I really want to explore makeup. So, maybe I'll be doing today, I want to do simple eye makeup only. That's what will be filmed so that I can get through the video to do makeup. Sometimes I was like thinking, should I just do the makeup fast and then I just talk to you? But I was like, no, girl, no, that's not what was the intention of you starting this series. So we're going to start again for the third time, and I hope this is the third and final time. But welcome back. It's been, I think, 3 months. Yeah, this video was supposed to be up like 2 Sundays ago. 2 Sunday, like the one you from this Sunday you're seeing, 2 Sundays ago. It's 2 weeks late. But we're back, better late than never, and we want to thank the Lord for it. So let's start the video. So hello, we're back. So we're going to go back to the book of, okay, so if you guys don't hear me well, I'm not sure about this quality. What's wrong with the quality? This is a new camera, but I hope it's cute. Okay, I'm going to quit with the imposter syndrome. Let's continue. The audio problem. My new phone does not have like you see the normal earphone jack, like the one that looks like this straight. Apparently, the new phones are not producing phones with that type of port anymore, so I'll have to buy a Bluetooth one. Yeah. So if the quality is not that good, of the quality of the sound is not that good, I am sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's continue. So we are going to the book of Ruth. And in the book of Ruth, like we're doing the whole book of Ruth because you're going to discuss this woman, how her persistence led her to being among the people who are in the lineage of Jesus. So the story starts with a man called Elimelech in Judah. And during this time, it was during the time of the judges. I'm not sure which judge. It is not current. It's not mentioned in the book, but it's mentioned that it was during the time of the judges. And then during this time, there was famine in Israel. So Elimelech, being the head of the household, decided to take his family to Moab because Moab had food and blah 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 and all that cute stuff. His family to Moab so that they don't die of hunger and all that. So his family contained or had his wife Naomi, his two sons Mahlon and Chilion, or Mahlon and Chilion, depends on how you want to pronounce it. So see, they are now four. They went to where are we calling? They went to Moab. Now, if you read the Bible, you know that Moab is more of a distant cousin to Israelites, in a way that we know that Moab came as a result of incest between Lot and his daughters, and we know Lot is Abraham's, was it nephew? Yeah, was Abraham's nephew. So one way or another, the two tribes are more or less related. So once they got to Moab, the two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, married two Moabite women by the names of Orpah and Ruth. And as they were staying there, first of all, Elimelech died. So now Naomi is a single lady, is a widow. As they were continuing to stay there, the other two sons also passed away. So both now all the women there are now more or less widows. Yeah, and being a widow at that time, girl, I know they were going through it because the world is not kind to women. Let's be honest. So after seeing this and all that, Naomi had that Judah, the famine in Judah that was once in Judah, had ended, and she could have stayed, yeah, but she saw no reason for staying, and she advised her two daughters-in-law to go back to their parents' house because being a very patriarchal world, she could not be able to give them a good life. So she was telling them, go back to your parents' house, remarry, get a man who will be able to provide for you. But they were very, how do I put it? They were very hesitant to leave because remember, if you have a good mother-in-law, this from content I see online, the women with good mothers-in-law like appreciate them. The ones with bad mothers-in-law, oh Lord, goodness, they don't like them at all. So I am not even tempted. I know Naomi was a good person because they did not want to leave her, but after continuous how do I put it? Continuous insistence. Yeah. Orpa left, but Ruth was like, I am not leaving you. I said I'm stay with you. I am not leaving you. Come with me. So Naomi is old, so she just said, okay, fine, we'll go together back to Judah. So going back, oh, so they went back, and after no wait, they went back to Judah. Going back to Judah, they were welcomed by people. Oh, hi, we've missed you. You grown. Oh my goodness. She tells them about the tragedy that befell her and everything. And now these are two women in a household, in a society that, let's be honest, did not value women's input that much. Let's be honest. In as much as Israel was God's chosen nation, it is still a patriarchal nation. So once they arrived, they need food, they need to eat, they need to survive, but they did not have much. So one day, my girl, oh, wait, okay, there's a specific focal point. Ah, okay. It's been a while since I filmed, so I need to know the basics of this camera. But okay, let's continue. So one day Ruth said, okay, she used to see people threshing barley, and maybe women, they were also collecting like remaining barley. When you thresh barley, when you do threshing of wheat, barley, maybe maize, there's some that are always left behind. So Ruth decided to go to one of the farms, yeah, one of the farms, to collect that type of barley, so that at least they could grind it and have something to eat, you know I mean, they have to eat something. They can't die of hunger. So akachukua bag yake, no. Okay, yeah. Sorry. She took her bag, she went to one of the fields, and she happened to go to the field of a man named Boaz. So as evening came, the owner of the field, Boaz had to come and like see what's going on. Have they done maybe whatever is needed? Blah blah blah. I'm using my new palette. These are new palettes I got. If you watch my vlogs, you've seen it. It's like this. So what color should we do today? So as I was saying, as they were like, as she was threshing, now the owner of the field, of course, as the owner of the field, people are working for you, people always come. And she noticed, I've never seen this chile. So as Boaz is coming in the evening to look at how is the progression of his field, how is the harvest going on, he noticed a woman behind like his threshers, and he asked one of his workers, who's that woman, have you seen her, what is she doing? And one of the workers was like, she's a woman who's like threshing. I need to stop the filler words. She's a woman from the house of Elimelech. She's the one who's taking care of their mother-in-law, and her mother-in-law Naomi, and she's here to collect the barley that is left. So so Boaz think that he instructed his workers to leave some like barley for, no, before that, before he instructed, he asked the workers to call Ruth so that they could talk. So they said, hey, hello, da da da. Ruth was like, hey, I am the daughter-in-law to Naomi, and I live with her, and I just came to collect a few bags that we can have something to eat, blah blah blah. And she was like, okay, instead of like you coming and hovering behind and looking like a thief, not necessarily, he did not necessarily say that like that, but she did look like a thief. You know, when you're hovering over somebody's land, you don't want anybody to see you, you kind of look like a damn thief, you know. So he told her that you can stick with the women, you can thresh the barley with the women who are working for him, and you can take more than you can more than you could hey, more than you could take if you are like alone and everything. So yeah, so he gave her the permission. So in the evening, he was also given extra barley. So in the evening, when my girl went back home, this one cannot be seen. What that by? So she went back home, told the mother-in-law Naomi that, oh hey, I met the owner of the field, his name is Boaz, and he gave me permission to work with the women who are working there, and that I can not be able I can continue threshing wheat. So that went on for some time, and then one day, Naomi knows Boaz. They are relatives through the husband Elimelech, because no, but the funny thing is, Elimelech came from the tribe of Ephraim. Boaz is from the tribe of Judah. How are they related? Is it cousins, uncles? Did they say in the Bible? I don't remember reading in, but I know they're related. Yep, but they all came from they're all Israelites. So of course they're related. Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised they're related? Girl, you need to get a grip. But anyway, see, they have met, and now Naomi wants to tell her, oh, that's a relative of mine, and since I'm growing old, if I die, chances are high this property will be taken away from you, who will take care of you. You have to have somebody who will help you. So one day in the evening, she told Ruth, put on her finest. My girl was told to put on her finest clothes, look pretty, good shoes, spray a little bit of perfume, you gotta look cute, you gotta look cute, you gotta look presentable. And then in the evening, after, I think most men have a very fixed way of they do, like if it's they come, they remove the shoes, they remove the coat, they remove, yeah, they're very like fixed, so it's easy for you to know their routine. So she had Naomi, I think Naomi is my girl. She mastered, oh Lord have mercy. She mastered his routine, and she told Ruth, every time he finishes eating, he always goes somewhere and sleeps. So what I want you to do is, after he has already finished and he's sleeping, go near his foot and sleep there, and then wait for him to give you further instructions. Do I understand it? No. Don't want to understand it? No. My understanding is, girl, you gotta fight. You gotta fight. You gotta fight. You live a good life. So my girl Ruth did as she was told, and she went and slept next to him. Okay, not next. The Kamguyake at his foot. Okay. So while she was sleeping at night, Boaz like woke up, and once you're waking up, and first of all you look around, especially if you always sleep here, but this time there's something near your foot, so you're like, what's going on? What is that? So he asked, who are you? And Boaz was no Ruth was, I am Ruth. I am the daughter-in-law of Naomi. I am the Chile who you gave permission to thresh with your girls in your field. So see Nani, Boaz instantly recognized her. So she mentioned something about her right. There's a way she said that made Boaz wanted to take her as the wife by buying the property, but according to the laws, Boaz could not buy the property of Elimelech, hence taking everything that Elimelech owned and like to him. So he said uh to Ruth that I will take care of that. I'll convene a council, the elders of, what is it called? The elders of Israel, where we'll take care of it. So the following day, see, Boaz had asked for the elders to meet. So the one who was supposed to inherit everything by buying, I don't know, I've forgotten his name. I hope I find the name and put it here. He came, he said, okay, I'll buy it, blah blah blah. So he was supposed to buy. So Boaz, nah, he was but because it okay, if you know you're buying everything that Elimelech owns, you know you're also taking the women who are part of Elimelech's household under your care. Ain't no man want to feed. In no way. Ain't no man wants to feed extra mouth. Let's be honest. He said, I don't want that. I don't want it. And since Boss was the one who was next in line, he volunteered himself and said, okay, if you don't want it, I can buy it from you and I'll take care of them, basically. So that's how he wanted to marry a girl. But he had to go through the correct procedure. He was smart. A smart man. You know? Because currently, the men available right now, they will tell you, oh, let's just go get married. Let's just go. Nah, you follow rules. Because if you follow rules, but you use the rules to your advantage, they can come for you. They can come for you. They can come for you. Yeah, baby. Anyway, I think this is cute. This is cute. Hope you kind of looks cute. Should I add the L? Okay. So after buying, okay, and then I need to teach myself how to speak again. I feel so bad that I'm getting bad at this, and I think this is what is discouraging me from continuing to post Beauty and the Bible, because I feel I kind of have like imposter syndrome. And if God gives you something and you don't use it, somebody else will get it. So we continue spreading the word of God the best way I know how. Okay. So well, let us continue. So one of how the ways of how like one could buy land is by exchanging shoes. So who exchanged shoes with who? No, Nani gave the the shoe to the one who was selling. That's how you buy, or is it? Yeah, it's how I'm saying it. You know, don't doubt yourself. It's how I'm saying it. So Boaz gave his shoe to the man, and that's enabled him to own all of Elimelech's property. That's that he was allowed to marry Ruth. So that's how Ruth and Boaz became a couple, and they gave birth to a man named Obed. Obed gave birth to a man named Jesse, and Jesse gave birth to a man named David. So that's how David came to be. But also remember, Ruth was a Moabite, and according to, I think, rules that were there during those times. Okay, not even according to rules, most likely according to theory. Yeah, according to also the rules and theologians. Theologians argue that David should not have been the king of Israel because according to the Bible, he was not like pure Israelite. He had the Moabite blood in him. So they were like, no, why is he why is he the king? But according to also the rules, after a specific number of generations, you can now like become a leader in Israel. You can, yeah, kind of like slaves in Israel. After 7 years, if I'm not wrong, anyone who was captured or who was sold into slavery in Israel had the right to become a citizen of Israel, could eat, who could they were supposed to be set free by their owners. He could buy land, he could get married, he became like a citizen of Israel. So yeah. No, if I don't want to open my eyes too much, because let me tell you, you see, you see this, it will go like, okay, this thing is not focusing. I'm not sure how, because I am sure during the whole of this video it has not been focusing well, and it's pissing me off because it's focusing, it's not focusing, and it's not my eyes. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm not adding lashes today. So yeah, that's the reason why he was qualified to be king. And one thing I've also learned from this Bible story is that God God has mysterious ways of, how do I put it? God has mysterious ways of blessing people. Like, who would have thought um who would have thought a Moabite would be among the people in the lineage of Jesus Christ? Because remember, according to the lineage, according to the promise given to Abraham, his lineage could give birth to Jesus. And then it went to Jacob, and then Israel. And then in Israel, let me tell you, in Israel, I'll give you a story of that. In Israel, actually, it was not supposed to, Jesus was not supposed to come from the tribe of Judah. He was supposed to come from the tribe of Reuben. But Reuben did something that denied him that right. It's kind of like how Esau sold his right to Jacob. Abraham, Reuben, Reuben also kind of sold his right to Judah. And then also, during the time of Judah, men, the lineage could end there. Let me tell you, reading Genesis, Genesis is like 3,000 years. Is it 3,000 years? No, it's around 2,000 years. Yeah, 3,000. Not 3,000. But 2,000 years of drama. I think we should go back to, yeah, I'm going back to Genesis. I'm telling you the stories of Genesis. Yeah, that will be our next stories, because we also have to know about the Judah part. But yeah, according to the promise given, Judah's lineage was supposed to carry the blood of blood of Jesus. Okay, I know you get what I'm saying. So a little bit. There's a video I filmed. Okay, I think they're the same, but not even my brows are better. Why am I speaking like that? Anyway, as I was saying, like, one of the things we can learn, even ooh, girl, ooh, okay, ooh, look at that, fine, damn. Okay, this is what we call, not even soft glam, people. This is clean girl. Yeah, if anybody wants like clean girl aesthetic makeup, this is clean girl. This is my brush. Okay, this is me saying this is clean girl. Some people, this one is glam for them, but this is clean girl aesthetic for me. Anyway, so as I was saying, Ruth showed a specific type of character. I think we can see in one of the parables is the parable of the persisting woman. The persisting, the woman, the judge. Yeah, the woman, the judge, when she insisted for justice. The judge was like, was the judge of the king? If I'm not wrong, the judge of the king. They were like, unanisumbua sana, like, you're disturbing me too much, let me give you what you want. Also, it shows loyalty. She said, where you go, I will go, your people will be my people, you, God, will be my God. And we go back to Genesis, where it's like when the man and the woman live, they become one. So one way or another, they were family. And she was like, I'm not going to leave you. I don't know whether you guys are getting what I'm saying. I feel like I'm just yapping for like blah. And also I can see like a specific type of love she has for, yes, the blush, a specific type of love she has for Naomi, because she's like, I think for her, she also started putting in the fact that you are an old girl, yeah, yeah, you're an old woman. Who will take care of you? You want us to go? Who will take care of you? You're also a man you're also a woman in this patriarchal world. We're not the only women here. Ooh, that is a lot. Now, why did I put that? Let me add a little bit of this. You're also a woman in a very patriarchal world, so I'm gonna come and help you. And we're not going to sit here and say that whatever Oprah did by deciding to go back is wrong. No, she also did whatever the mother-in-law wanted. Go live your life. I don't stick your life to me. And when she said your God will be my God, she let go of her gods. So that means she still worshipped her gods. They did worship the Moabite gods, but when she let go of that, it's like when you decide to give your life to Christ and you say, I am letting go of my past, I am letting go of what can I say? I'm letting go of what is something that you this week I'm reading a worship devotion, and one of the things I said that what is something that you worship, and what something is worship is something you put in precedence before God. Is it music? Is it food? Is it yourself? Is it money? Is it alcohol? Is it what else? Is it your success? Is it your hair? Is it your makeup? Is it what is that you're putting ahead of Christ, that you're seeing it as you can't live without it? I know they can get me. That is what you're worshiping. And she said, I am no longer going to be worshiping that. I will worship the God you serve. And the God you serve, the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Jacob. Who else? Isaac. Because I want to say Esau and I'm like Isaac, Esau. No, it's Isaac, not Esau. Esau. I'm kind of saying it and I'm like, because I hear some words, like when I'm hearing some stories, I also hear some words like people saying it and their pronunciation sticking it in my head. So sorry if you hear some different words that you don't think they're pronounced like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't come for me. But it's like all I'm going to say is look within yourself. What is that you're putting in precedence before God, and work on it? Because baby, one thing I've come to learn is that realize is that most of us will miss heaven, not because of big sins like stealing, big sins like murder. Okay, some will. Let's be honest. Murder, stealing, or what else is a huge sexual assaults. I can't say the other word. Sexual assaults. What else? Worshipping, like knowingly worshipping an idol, like a graven. It's this tiny things that we do. It's like somebody comes and tells you, okay, no, let someone come. You tell yourself, I'm going to fast tomorrow. I'm going to fast next week. But then an event comes and you're like, okay, you also have to eat. You said you'll fast. Why must you eat? Okay, I'm also talking about myself. You said you're supposed to fast. It's been 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. You have never fasted. It's because something always comes up. God, something always comes up. Something always comes up. That's how you'll miss heaven. Okay? When you tell yourself, okay, I'll be waking up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to sleep. Not to sleep, to pray. And you're like, okay, I'm tired. God, yesterday, what's wrong with waking up 10 minutes and praying? And then you can go back to sleep. You said you will wake up and say, God, please wake me up. And that specific day, you wake, for some reason, you just wake up at that time you said that you don't want. You said, okay, I'll be going back to church. And I understand people are church hard, but there are many churches out here. Have you tried go to look the church that suit that once? Okay. Let me not get in there, but you say I'll start going to church. The day Sabbath comes. Okay, I'm tired. You've not been working all week. Yeah, God has been protecting you all week also. So what's up? We need to put we need to be serious. Sometimes I've got to realize we need to be serious about this Christianity thing, about following Jesus. Most of us say it with our words, but we also need actions. Because if Jesus was saying, I'm protecting you, or if God was like, I am shielding you, I'm protecting you, just words, and then out here, you're not being protected. Because let's be honest, some of us are surviving because of prayers, not even our prayers, our mother's prayers. Excuse me. And what if the prayer your mother made, Jesus said yes, but not actualize it? Do you think you'll be surviving right now? You go and tell God, God, I want you to help me with my studies. I want you to help me, give me gift of remembrance, to give me gift of understanding. He said yes. By word, but you forget everything. And you read. Do you think that's cute? Because how we treat our friends, how we treat our colleagues, how we treat everyone around us is also a reflection of how we treat our relationship with God. It's not going to be different. You can't be saying that with God, waking up, I'm doing this, I am not gossiping about God, I am not doing this. But also I can do this. No. The relationships will how do I put it? Will match. Show me your character, and because if I am to know you have Jesus in you, what way or another, you're not stealing, you're not backbiting people, you're not rude. I need to work on that. Okay, you're not rude, you forgive, and it's a specific character people will notice and they'll be like, that is a character I have not seen in a while. Why? And then you start explaining to them, oh, the Bible tells me this, and that. And it has really helped me in this. Like, people be like, what Bible is that? You can preach the gospel like that. People want to preach the gospel and going to the streets and be like, hey, in the Bible people say this, that. You should not. No, sometimes the Bible, sometimes the preaching you should preach is with your neighbor. There is a song that goes, if you cannot preach like Paul, you can preach on like your immediate neighbor. When your neighbor asks you for salt, do you give them the salt because they like disturbing you at night with parties? You don't want to even help them. Huh? Let's be honest. You don't want to help that girl who stole your man. Because why are you mad? Forgive. Jesus said forgive 70 times 7. Because if Jesus does not forgive, if God does not forgive you of your sins, do you think you'll be alive? Yeah, Yeah, because we want something from God, we cannot even give our neighbor. Whatever you do to thy neighbor, to the poor, you do unto me. Period. So anyway, enough of the yapping, enough of the preaching. I will see you next time. Next week. Hopefully. Hopefully, because the semester is catching on. But I hopefully see you next week for a vlog. Yeah, next week is a vlog. Yeah. But see you next week, and Beauty in the Bible will come the other week. So, sorry. Until next time, may God's favor always walk with you all. Bye.